All right, you guys, guess what? It's FAQ, part 2, part 2. Does anybody remember part 2 of Hot Shots? I think that's it. That's just dating me. It's dating my age. It's making me feel sad about myself. Okay, anyways, this is part 2 of our FAQ on Go Ringless Extreme, and we're going to focus on the Ringless voicemail section while we do some Super Mario Odyssey. If you don't have a Nintendo Switch, you should certainly get it for this. Great game, great game. But you know what? Let's actually get into the main questions we get in terms of Go Ringless and their Ringless voicemail platform and stuff. So one of the main questions is, you know what? How do I reach support for my campaigns? You know, is there a phone number where I can talk to a real person? And yeah, there's two ways. Like, there's the first one, you can send an email to service@goringlessrvm.com. You know what? Anytime I've had an issue, they've responded within, 1 to 2 hours. The 2 hours, the absolute most, when it was within their service window. And there is a number you can call. So if you have a pen and paper, the number is 660-252-0368. And you know what? If your customer service is a specialist, if they're busy with another customer, you know what? Just leave the voicemail. And I'm very positive they'll get back to you as soon as possible. So another one is, you know what? How do I directly access my RVM account? So you got to remember, this is important. This is for those that chose to control their RVM campaigns yourself. Because in your back office, you have two options. You can just give them your pre-written voicemail or your pre-recorded voicemail, the lead list that you have, so the CSV file of all the numbers, and then your general information of your number, your name, and stuff like that. So if you have them do it for you, there's no reason to contact them. But if you want to monitor it manually, you simply just got to send an email to service@goringlessrvm.com and tell them that you want to control your own RVM campaigns. What they'll do is they'll send you instructions and the login information. So if you want them to send out your RVMs for you, all you have to do is log in from your Go Ringless Extreme backend, click the site campaigns and fill out the form. But again, if you want to do it manually, send an email saying, hey, I'd like to do it manually. They will let you do it manually. Okay, so another one. So how do I know when my campaign is actually launched? Well, you log into your account 10 minutes after your campaign should have launched. And you know what? From the toolbar, click on Stats and Reporting. For a campaign that's currently running, click on RVM Stats. And you'll see that the next screen will show you the stats of your campaign. If the campaign has stopped because you've run out of, eligible time zones, because what's great is the Go Ringless will send your Ringless voicemails based on the time zones of the places that you're sending them to. So if you're in California and you're sending RVMs to places in New York, you'll notice that it won't send past 9 o'clock or it won't send past 5 o'clock, depending on the schedule that you have. And that schedule that you have set up is based off the time zone of that cell phone number. All right? So once you go in there, if you run out of time zone, it's going to go to the next day. And you know what? If there's no more leads in your list or for other reasons, that information will also be there. So in your back end, it will tell you. So again, another question, how do I track my campaigns? Well, you follow the same steps in the question that I told you beforehand. However, instead of clicking on RVM stats, you're going to click on RVM stats historical. So you look for the time period phrase that's towards the top of the right of the screen, I believe. Yeah. And you know what? Next to that, you'll see a down arrow. So you click on that drop down area, you pick the period of time for which you want to check the campaigns that have already run. If you have a customized range of days you want to look at, you'll choose the select range, then put in the first day, you put in the last day that will define your time range. Then you click on Get. Then double click the campaign you want to examine. The new screen will appear and it will show you the total number of attempts to leave a voicemail as well as the total number of successful deliveries. It's very, very simple. It's very straightforward. All right. So again, is there a limit of time that my voicemail messages should be? What if is that limit, if any, really? That's a weird way that person worded that question. You know what? 60 seconds is max. You want to get your message out as soon as possible, and you don't want to be super vague, but you don't want to be doing word vomit. And you can do all of that in less than 60 seconds. If you're a pro, you can do that in less than 45. I haven't gotten to the less than 45. I don't think I'm going to ever strive to that. I don't need to, because I feel I've gotten good at writing what I want to have say and then read it out and whatnot. Next question. Do my messages get placed to VoIP numbers such as Google Phone? If yes, is that legal? The big VoIP debacle. So you know what? Attempts are made to deliver your messages to cell phones only. So when we set up the account on the RVM campaign, the system automatically deletes any phone numbers that aren't cell phone numbers. So if you have a lot of clients that are using cloud-based cell phone numbers, that's not going to work. We want to hit people that have actual cell phones, actual cell phone numbers and stuff. So will I receive any notification once my campaign is started? No. So as I mentioned before, you may log into your account to see if your campaign is started, and you'll see it when it's started. It'll say delivering. And if your campaign is started at the time you requested, it's started. If it has not, you know what, just contact our office and say, hey, I set this up and it's not working. It's not working out for me. Please help me. Things like that. So next question. So how much do I have to pay to have a professional record my message? Well, I'm going to say you shouldn't be doing that. You really want to be as natural and good-natured sounding to everybody. You don't want to come off as like an automated voicemail message and stuff. So I tend to tell people not to do that. But if you want to, you know what? It's $15 to use our standard script, and then it's another $30 if you want to have that. If you want to use a script that you wrote yourself to have somebody else do it. So, and that's really based again off if you're going to be promoting this GRE, this Go Ringless Extreme by yourself altogether. I do believe it is a $30 if you have your own company and stuff that you want them to record something like that. But again, I'm just going to say just find somebody off the street, find a friend, find your dog if he can speak perfect English. Let him do it for you and stuff. So again, how long does it take from the time I submit my information for my campaign to actually launch? Well, you know what? Once we have all the information, the necessary information, it takes about like 24 business hours for a campaign to launch. And that's a maximum. So don't worry about that. My campaigns, they usually launch within a matter of minutes. So if I pay for like the handful of minutes, if I want to send out 1,500 or I want to pay $100 for around 3,200 voicemail sends, that will take effect in like the longest it's ever taken me is a matter of 45 minutes altogether, which isn't a big deal. But it's a maximum of 24 hours, all right? Okay, next question. When I upload my phone file, is it okay to have names and email addresses included in the file? No, you should only upload phone numbers, right? So if you're having trouble with uploading these numbers, you can, you know what, send an email to me, send a text to me, and email the file. You can email the entire file to the back office, and they'll upload the list for you. But I show in another video, if you haven't seen it already, how to specifically upload your campaign voice leads the right and the proper way so none of them get left out. All right, again, so does the RVM scrub my phone list against any other local or national do not call registries? So yeah, the system default setting is not to scrub against national or any state DNC registries. You know what, since you're not dialing a number, conducting a call over a landline or a cellular network, and not causing the phone to ring, it's not necessary to scrub against these DNC registries. However, if you want us to change the settings to your account to scrub against them, you can let us know and we'll do it specifically for you. All right, next question. Okay, say I upload a phone file of 10,000 numbers, but tell you that I only want to call 500 leads per day. How do you keep track of what numbers from my list were actually called? Good question, good question. So, the system automatically keeps track of the numbers for which it delivered ringless voicemails. And you know what? It automatically deletes the numbers from your list so they can't accidentally be dialed again. So there will be numbers for which an RVM cannot be successfully delivered the first day you dial it. You know what? We will set the system to keep trying those numbers. By default, that's what it'll do. And you know what? This doesn't cost you anything because you know what? You're only paying for successfully delivered RVMs. Okay, next question. Do you scrub my phone number files and eliminate any and all landline numbers? Yes. That scrubbing is done automatically. Duplicates are scrubbed automatically. Lines that are no longer in service are done automatically. So don't worry about being charged for these types of situations. You're only charged for successful cell phone voicemail drops. Let me repeat that again. You are only charged for successful cell phone voicemail drops. All right. Next question. You know what, if someone I leave a message to, you know what, on their phone asks me to remove them from the list, do I have to? You know what, if yes, what's the procedure for doing so? You are going to get like a few of these. You know, every time I'd send out like a blanket cold calling ringless voicemail, I'd get maybe about 1 or 2, and that's out of a list of maybe about 5,000. I'll get 1 or 2 that say, hey, take my name off your list and stuff like that. But you can take that number, email it to service@goringlessrvm.com. So they can add it to their own personal DNC list. So let's say Jeffrey down the street gets a lead generation, he pays up for this GRE, and then he somehow has that number as well, and he uploads everything. That number is going to be recognized. It's not going to send to that person. We're not going to make that person any more angry and stuff like that. All right? Hey, it wouldn't be a video if it didn't sound like I had a stuffed nose, right? So again, where do I purchase these RVM credits? So, again, when you log into your back office and you click on campaigns, you'll scroll to the bottom of the page and you'll find the links for the purchasing of the RVM credits. And again, these are the cheapest RVM credits. I need you guys to go out and see any other software that's going to offer you cheaper. And they're not going to be able to. They just aren't. We have the cheapest prices out there. And you know what? Paying for us, as well as you're getting all the software to be scraping your leads, we're a better deal, like just bar none better deal. Just scrolling through more questions. Can I resell the RVM minutes to customers for a profit? No. No, you can't. Moving on. Can I use this to sell my main program or just GRE? Dude, the main idea is this for you to sell your own program. You can use this to just promote GRE as a home business, which is actually a really great and lucrative business. But no, use this to sell whatever. Like if you're in a coffee shop, if you're in an auto shop, if you're a realtor, like if you're in any type of commercial industry and you just have a bunch of leads that you need to contact at once, use our platform. Just contact them all that way. So again, this is a take from the first one. They're like, Greg, great, this looks great. Give me some real world numbers, real world numbers and stuff. So my question is, how much will it cost to run a campaign? And it really depends on how large your campaign is. And in any business, the more people you get in front of your business, the more likely people are going to buy. So remember, the cost isn't measured in campaigns, but rather the amount of successful RVM deliveries. So there's 6 different prices that can fluctuate based on the size of your order. So for example, for $100, $99.95, you can purchase 3,245 successfully delivered RVMs. You know what? We can normally deliver RVMs to about 70% of the numbers that are dialed. So if you send us a list of 7,700 numbers, chances are about 60% of them, which is about 4,620, are cell phones. You know what? And if we're able to successfully deliver the RVMs to 70% of them, that would be about 3,234 successfully delivered RVMs. You know what? That's just 13 less than the amount that you purchased for $100. So that is my educational math minute, and my brain almost exploded. So let's not do that again. Next question. I get this all the time. Is there a monthly fee for this? No. The end. There is no monthly fee. Moving on. What happens if the phone number is a landline? Well, again, if you send us a list of phone numbers and some of them are landlines, when you upload your phone list, we automatically scrub them. Those will be automatically deleted from the list before the campaign even starts to run. Landlines and cloud-based numbers, 1-800 numbers, anything that's not a cell phone is going to get scrubbed out of your list. So if you send us a list of maybe 8,000 people and you get it scrubbed by us, it could probably be whittled down to 25 to 2,000 people, which is good. You want to be contacting people with cell phones. Cell phones are on us all the time. You're going to get your message to these people sooner, quicker, and that's better. That is what you want. All right, next question. So what happens if the phone number is a landline? Wait, no, I already mentioned that one. So I'm sorry. All this gameplay and all this half drinking I'm doing, it's just making me reread my questions that I've been getting over and over, but I just answered that. So again, what's the average response I can expect after I've done a campaign? So you know what? That really depends on your leads. You know what? Your message and what your primary business is that you're selling. Like, we only provide you the tools, but you have to be smart with the tools. We can't specifically tell people to buy from your business. So, like, geez, we can have responses, as soon as instantly you send it, 4 or 5 minutes, or you can get 1, 2, 3 days down the road. That's happened before. So it really depends on that. But, we have seen 70% better response using RVMs because that prospect can listen to your message at their leisure. They can even save that message and, listen to it at a later time. They can be ready to act on their time, not yours, just by going to your website or your capture page, or, calling back on the number that you provided, whether you use a cloud phone number or whether you used your own phone number, or or if you just provided your email back from them and stuff like that, right? So this is a good one that I got. Will the system ever make a cell phone ring? Now, this problem I can say happens with me and my number specifically. So I have T-Mobile and I can't receive ringless voicemails. There's other people on T-Mobile that can work no problem. I don't know what it is specifically my number. So the answer to the question is occasionally. So the thing is, the mobile network's voicemail server sometimes will misinterpret the attempted delivery of an RVM as an actual call. And you know what? That misinterpretation will cause the cell phone to ring once or even twice. But if the cell phone is answered, no message will be played because our system didn't call the phone. It didn't drop the voicemail. So again, like this happens to me with my personal number. Every time I've tried to send a test, it always rang my phone, and I've taken it in T-Mobile, I've called their back office, I've called RVM for support, and it's just something that happens. But the great thing is, the percentage of this happening is so astronomically low, and you're not being charged for it if it's not being sent. Remember, you're only being charged for a successful delivery. So, moving on. What are some of the reasons why an RVM can't be successfully delivered to a cell phone? So, again, just piggybacking off the question I had before, you know what, the voicemail box could be full for that cell phone. You know what, the voicemail account can't be set up. And you know what, the phone number is not currently valid. But again, if the number is not currently valid, once you upload your list, our system's already gonna scrape and look for it and find out if it actually is valid or not, right? So the ringless voicemail bounces off the voicemail server of that mobile carrier when that happens. You know what, when this happens, the GRE, it'll attempt to send that RVM again against a different type of signal. I think there's 3 to 7 different tries that they do on 3 to 7 different like voicemail lines. And you know what, if it bounces a second time, they'll make another attempt and another attempt, and if none of the attempts are successful, then they would try that number again on a different day, and if it just doesn't work on that second day, then they just say undeliverable, and then you're not charged for it, so you don't really have to worry about it. So, hey, you guys, that is it for part 2 of this GRE FAQ. You've gotten a lot out of it, right? You know what you want to use GRE for, and I hope this really helped you out for if you're still on the fence if this is something you want to use. And again, and again, and again, the link is in below. My cell phone number is down there. You can give me a call. You can give me a text. Talk to me. Find out more if you want to talk one-on-one or you need more information. As well, signing up with me, I'm going to show you how to set this up on a PC and a Mac because I love my PC. Not many people use Macs, but I love my PC. I love my Mac. I'm an avid Mac user, and it's been working flawlessly on my Macs. I'll show you specifically on training how to set it up. Other sponsors will probably just send you a link to download some virtualization software, make suggestions. I'm in the dirt with the Mac. I'll show you how to get it set up properly, working 100%. As well, 1,000 leads, less than 2 days old, not sold or used by anybody, completely fresh to you. I give these to you, right? You're gonna want 1,000 free leads in any niche, in any market, any city, any state, any province that you want. Signing up down there. Once you sign up, you paid your sponsor things and you downloaded your software. You text me, I've signed up. I make sure that's all good, and then I get the ball rolling to get you 110% fresh leads. And it's not leads from any of this stuff here, so you're not getting duplicates. I work with another company, another person, another friend, another buddy, another pal of mine that will help me get you 1,000 leads. I don't know many other sponsors that are going to give you 1,000 fresh leads, like very fresh leads, day old, never been touched. Those are the type of leads that you want. So once you purchase this system, you already have 1,000 leads that you can start marketing your message to. As well, you can just take your time trying to set up the Go Ringless pieces of software that we have, because there's so much software. You're not gonna want to start scraping without knowing how to use it, though, right? Right. So again, that's it for part 2 of this FAQ. I hope you like this. I hope you like Mario Odyssey. You know what? I'll catch you in the next video.